Okay, I need to clean this oven today. This is how it was when we got here. It was just like this and like that. That's kind of nasty. And it only has one rack. And this burner was missing. We finally got a new one after 2 or 3 weeks of not having a large burner because all these other ones are small. And I cook a lot, and I said I need a better oven, and I was told this is the only one they have, and too bad. It's typical in Maine if you're renting, just so you know. It's pretty typical of most landlords. So I said, can I put my own oven in? Sure, if you want. I'll take this one away. So I went and put one on layaway. It's a Whirlpool Estate, which I had a Whirlpool Estate washing machine before I came. I bought it used because our other one, our GE, broke down. And I was told by an appliance repair person not to bother fixing my old GE. It was like a hot point or something. Because it's not worth it, and go buy a used Whirlpool Estate, because they're not as efficient as the modern ones, but they're supposedly steady, dependable, solid. And this one had a 2.5 horsepower motor, it said right there on it. And this isn't. This is tilted and down concave. I don't know what's up with that. And you know, I do wash these things out, but it just, things spill. I know I washed this one out because I tried boiling soap on here when I first came, and I screwed it up and used a pan that was aluminum, and the lye ate through the bottom of the pan and got all down in here. So I not only had to clean that out, I had to lift up this thing here and clean it. So I'm going to use this Easy Off fume free. I know there's a lot of people who use things like a baking soda vinegar and they soak it with rags, but I have found myself for something this nasty and stuff like this on the oven door, baking soda and vinegar won't touch this because it's like glue. You know, and I've tried the orange oil cleaner, and I don't really like using orange oil in my oven because it's flammable. And there's, I don't know what this is. Is it rust? Is it somebody burned something, I guess? It's like, bleh, you know. So that's my project for today. I've been picking up and organizing. I'm going to try to get the living room more organized because I have so many boxes of books and things, but nowhere to really put them. I have a few small bookshelf things, but I need one of those organizing people that you see on TV to come here and help me. But I get this done. This is Bear, the top of the line Bear with the antimicrobial stuff added, and also you don't need primer. It's called Polka Dot Yellow. And I happen to have this curtain. I had this LO Bean Valance here, which, as you can see, has some little yellow cabbage roses. But I found that people were walking by and jogging and driving by, and then people go to the house next door and they park over to the left, and then they walk directly in front of my window, like 2 to 3 feet away, to get to that. There's a little path out there on the right. You can't see it, but it's on the right there in that light area. That's a path going down to the house next door. And if they parked next door and walk down, that's fine. But they tend to park like over there somewhere, and they're walking right in front of my window. They don't walk around our car, of course, because our car is parked by the road. So they walk in between our car, and you see I have a chair out there because sometimes we grill. But they wouldn't walk like in between our car and the chair. They walk the shortest way, which is right in front of my door, right in front of my window. And it's cool. It's no problem, except for I like privacy, and also there's a house across the street with a big picture window overlooking. And when the leaves drop, they're going to have a direct view into my kitchen. If I get up in the morning, I'm walking around in my nightie or something, I really don't want the the interesting older gentleman up there to be looking in my window at me. And he is kind of an interesting character. So, yeah, and I put a curtain there temporarily. It's I got it on magnets because it's a metal door, magnetic hooks, and that one's a wreath hook, and the other one's a real magnetic hook. So I have some other curtains I first put up when we moved in here, and they're plaid with like rust and yellow, and I might put those up there and there. I might leave the white one there, I'm not sure, because I like the light. Because I'm painting, you know, see the brown? That is the color of this kitchen. And I've got every jacket and coat and apron on that hook because there's no closet space. There's no closets at all. None. No closets. No drawers in the kitchen except for this sink unit here. That's my paint cleaning rag, necessary because you know, everybody, you spill or get a little and you wipe it right off. But I got my blue tape off today and I did okay. And there's a piece of trim that needs to be put back on. I found it in the basement. I'm putting it back on. And I have to test the smoke detector. I have a battery for it. It doesn't work. And that's my little fairy. I got that at it's a shop in Freeport. I forget the name of it, and they sell crystals and pretty things, and that was some sort of local made fairy, and it needs every time I move, like the wings start falling off the little gold wire frames, and I could probably glue it. I don't know if I'm talented enough to glue them back on, but it's cute and I like it. I collect things like fairies and stuff, and I got my cinnamon broom here. I got that at the grocery store. They also have them at Christmas tree shops for cheaper. I think mine was $4.99, and Christmas tree shop I got a flyer the next day, $2.99. I'm like, well, but the grocery store is close, and Christmas tree shops is like over half an hour away, so the cost of gas and time and all that's not worth it to me. But this cinnamon broom is just like straw infused with cinnamon for the fall, and you know, it smells really good. And I get some, I think this is catnip, was growing like a weed at our old place, and I took some before I left because nobody wanted it or cared about it. Nobody did any landscaping at the old place. It was weeds, 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 and it was disgusting me. And I was, you know, I was incapable of handling all the weeds, and I have a master gardener certificate. I was like, you need somebody to come in here with a fire blaster, you know, burn them all to the ground and start over. And this is some kind of mint. You can see that the stems are squarish instead of round. And it's my L.O. Bean balsam pillow, which if you squish it and you put it in front of the pan, it smells really good. And this is some of the fresh of that same dried plant that I showed you. And I'm rooting it because any kind of mint, you can grow roots in like a week or less. You do that with impatiens too. So if you buy impatiens at the store and you get them established, you can just keep rooting them and then have some pots indoors, and then in the spring you'll have all kinds of free impatient plants to plant in your garden. But this stuff, it's a member of the mint family. I thought it was catnip. I'm not sure. I can't really identify it. It did have white blossoms that dried into sage green color, but it smells very, very minty. And I'm going to try making some tea out of it at some point, because catnip is supposed to be really relaxing for people. And after moving and everything, and the stress of trying to organize and stuff 20 pounds of stuff into a 5-pound bag, I think you know the real saying, I'm mad. It's just been very stressful, so I'm starting to relax because I'm getting a little organized, and I got my painting done on this wall anyway, and I'm waiting for this because that cupboard, oh yeah, I need new pot holders. Those are quite old. I got those at Target, and they're really thick, and I did run them through the wash and it just didn't come out, so I think they have to say goodbye to my favorite pot holders, pot holders. but somebody had remounted this cabinet using 2x4s instead of, you know, mounting it to the wall, and there's a giant hole in the cabinet back there, and they are going to fix that. They did come down and say we're going to get it fixed, but I'm waiting because this paint takes 2 to 4 weeks to actually cure all the way, and that's why I didn't put those back on yet. I'm going to give it a day or two. It takes a couple days to actually dry and get, you know, where you can't gouge it with your fingernail because it's latex. But I'm really happy because my fairy's happy too because she's off the kitchen table, and I don't like clutter, and this place has been super cluttered and it's been driving me gonzo. So anyway, getting things done. Hopefully I can identify this actual mint if it's catnip or something else, but I'm gonna self-experiment and drink some later, see if it makes me relax like a cat. Have a good one.